if there's another dog there, you want to soak it up like a video game. Like, meaning the more this is happening and it's positive, the more points you're adding up. Ding, 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 ding. You're getting leveled up. And then once it becomes not progressional or not beneficial, say this dog got too excited or we're being rude to this dog because he's going too crazy, it's like, okay, and then break, and then you just decompress and you just throw it away. Hello everybody and welcome back to the coolest dog training channel right here on YouTube. I'm Tom Davis, America's Canine Educator. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So today is going to be day number 2 of working with the Rottweiler and the Cane Corso or Cane Corso, however you want to say it. And we're working more with dog reactivity today than we did yesterday. If you haven't watched day number 1, click the link wherever it is above. And so today we're going to go out and we're actually going to be around a bunch of dogs. It's a Saturday, it's a beautiful day. There's going to be a lot more dogs out today than there was yesterday. So today we're going to be more involved. We're going to be walking past dogs. We're going to be around just more dogs than we were yesterday. So I'm super excited to get to work. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and here we go. Those dogs had too much coffee. Look at all these dogs. Cool. There's a fine line between, like, you're out with your dog, it's friendly, but like, you have to be able to.
Is it worth it type thing?
Right. You just push away. Instead of saying, oh wait, my dog's trying to figure, my dog's in the best thing to say is like my dog's in training, because it doesn't insist like any negativity or anything. You just say my dog's in training, you just kind of walk away. But like that's how I intervene, because she's going over like, yeah, my dog, and then boom. Unfortunately, there's little to no respect with dog owners in this state of mind. They have cute little puppies, probably their first or second dog. They've never seen an aggressive dog. They don't know what it is. They don't know the consequences of it. And they come over, and then your dog picks it up, thrashes it around, spits it across the thing, and then the cops are here and the helicopters are flying over, and it's like, you stay here and I'll deter them if need be, but you just hang out right here. And then reward them if they're good. 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 So that was good. It's good. And what you did was really nice, is she was focused and you kind of went, hey, and she redirected. That was good.
Thank you.
But you just.
Oh my God, you're so good too. Yes.
And I hate being like, sometimes you just have to be the bad guy and people get like offended. I know. A lot of people need it, but it's not fair.
Record your voice.
Yeah, I know. Stand back. Stand back. There's a lot of society management that you have to do, just because, like we were talking about yesterday, is like, at what point are you the jerk because you brought out an 80-pound dog that really doesn't care for other dogs, but at the same time, but you're like, but why would that matter? It doesn't. But like, you know that the people around you don't respect it and they don't understand it. So the chances of them failing their dogs, and at the end of the day, the only thing I would care about is the cute little puppy getting hurt.
Yeah.
Because then you're like,
Yeah. He's so cute though.
yeah. And people they just don't get it. So you have to be very, very work around the edges. If you see somebody like that girl, classic.
Yeah.
Hey, how? And it's like, and that, I literally had to grab the leash and pull the dog away. Yeah, I had to do it because she just, and again, like 90% of people who own dogs don't know what they have at all.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing as like a human being never seeing violence. Like they don't know it exists.
Yeah.
I've seen so many dog attacks and fights and police dogs and all these different nasty things, and I'm exposed to these things, and I know how deadly it can get quick, right? And like if you don't see it and you don't experience it, you think it doesn't exist. Yeah. You're naive enough to say, oh, leave all the doors unlocked, it's fine. Like, it's like there is going to be somebody that one day is going to rob everything you have and you're going to be devastated. Anyway, so do the best you can when you're out to just work around the edges, and just when people approach like that, oh, my dog's in training, and just walk away. And I've even seen it, oh, this would be perfect training. And you're just like, stop. Good. So see, all of that is very, I would let that happen.
Yeah. If she's out at the end and and she decided I'll have
100%.
I don't have
100%, but you weren't letting, there was a safe distance there.
No, I'm saying if I let her go to the end of the leash and then she decides to go, I don't have good.
Well, that's what I mean. She was at a safe distance. That was more.
what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, but at the same time, like when you asked me yesterday, how do you start that process of building confidence and making this desensitized? You know, that's it. Is yeah, maybe not letting her out that much, but letting her out a little bit where she's like, hey, who are you guys? Because that's just because we've had more positive experiences today than we've had. So here, let me see her for a second. So there's dogs coming. So why don't you guys go up this path and walk down. I want you guys to just walk right past the dogs. A lot of good dog interaction today. I like it.
It was good reactivity.
Yeah, it's good. And it just sucks, you know, to just see people just they just don't get it. They don't get it. They have no respect or boundaries for other dogs and other people and their dogs. And even if your dog's not friendly, like, I don't want some puppy hanging off my dog's ears because they're whatever. Just people's lack of knowledge and respect is so poor, and it's killing dogs. And people don't realize that is when they get their puppy out and they let them do whatever the hell they want, it's actually hurting the cause, because then there's a dog fight of a 80-pound dog that just corrects a puppy, and then she presses charges because she thought it was an attack because she doesn't know what dogs are. It just becomes like so counterproductive, and people just need to respect other people's boundaries and be done with it. Just like with people, your dog, we're not friends with everybody. We don't need to go shake hands and go out to lunch with every single person we see. We have our people, we have our pack, and just let it be. That way there's no problems. This is good. Good girl. Break. Good. 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 Good job, girl.
My buffer.
That was a perfect example. I saw his look. I mean, you gotta see, right? He's holding his grandson. The dog's on a flexi.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna. You just go. You just go away.
Yeah.
I understand why he's more concerned about holding his grandson's hand. You know. Not a good combination. Turn around. Just coming up right behind you with some dogs. Good, this way. Good.
Let's go, let's go.
Good.
Let's go.
Good job. Good.
Okay.
Now you can breathe.
That happened.
Some dogs up here. Just remember, just shoulders straight. Sorry, man. Good. Good. So the only thing I would have done differently is, and you're gonna work on. She's good. she's done so good. She got like that first pop and she's over. But with her, I would take it a little bit more head on.
What do you mean?
So you were very.
I turned her, she got.
Yeah, but you were very.
Away.
Yeah, but you were poppy too. Like you were very like boom, boom, boom. Yep. I know. Not many people do. It's instinctual, and it's almost you don't even know that you're doing it.
Not to do it. Yeah.
So there's just a lot. So what I would do is just make it again. Remember, like we talked about in the beginning. Oh, you're so sweet. We talked about in the beginning. Heel. I'll show you really quick. Heel. Sit. Good girl. Stay. And then don't dictate your behavior so much around them, unless it's for a safety thing. You had a dog way over here, and you were almost in the road, pushing when you should have just like. But it's more of a. It's just a confidence thing with both of you guys. It's not just her. It's you too. So in the future, just try to be conscious and aware of, you started off here and a little white dog was way over here and you almost ended up in the road. Just because you were constantly pushing them, where you want to just, it's like I always look at like child psychology with their parents. It's like that one mom was like, come here now. Right. She wasn't like coming, grabbing him, pulling him up or anything. She was like, no, this is what we're doing. Sit. Ah. Good. And just being very stationary. You don't want to have to keep moving and moving around, unless it's for safety. Of course, if there's a dog that's getting close and close and close, you're going to block, you're going to move. But in this situation, you were, and they can feel all of that.
That's
where, you know, where they're,
that's the same kind of dog.
where they're like, where they're very, like, they're like, what's going on? Why are you freaking out? Why? Because they don't see the dog and you do. So then all of a sudden you're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and snapping and snapping and snapping. And they're like, what is it? And then they see the dog and they go, boom. That's why. And then that creates that negative experience for them. Yeah, you're telling them to not like dogs, basically. Who's a good girl? But if you make it more like this, and then you know, if the dog were to pass, I guess I can show you really quick with this Vizsla that's moving around a lot. Yeah. How I would want you to address the situation. Why don't you pass Athena off, and that way you can focus.
Sure.
Good girl. Good. Good. Sit. Good. Heel. Good. Sit. Just using you as distraction.
Of course.
Sit. Soph. Good. Stay. But just if you're you know, like before where like the other dogs were, like if this dog were to come at you, move away, block. But if there's another dog there, you want to soak it up like a video game. Like, meaning the more this is happening and it's positive, the more points you're adding up. Ding, 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 ding. You're getting leveled up. And then once it becomes not progressional or not beneficial, say this dog got too excited or we're being rude to this dog because he's going too crazy, it's like, okay, and then break, and then you just decompress and you just throw it away and then you try it again. But I would just try to stick away from these habits of, if you get a safe zone, use it. Like here's this dog on this bench. Same thing, like you'd go up with just this movement of boom, and you just stop.
And I'm not ready to go.
Yeah, but you need to be able to execute it just a little bit better. Because like here, like I would go here, and I would stand here. Sit. Good girl. And I would just do my power stance and just hang out. Now if she gets up, I'm just gonna politely, no, back into a sit, just nice and relaxed. But I'm not gonna let her lunge, like her looking, building, she's building it in an inquisitive, hey, who are you, dog? Yeah. Way. She's not lunging and fighting and bucking and growling and snarling. She's just using her nose to see the dog. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm here. If she were to get up and do that, I would just, nope, back into a sit. As long as it's safe.
Yes.
Okay, break. So that's it. That's day number 2. That's a wrap here for San Diego, California. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing to my channel by clicking this little link down here somewhere, liking this video, and of course, leaving your comments in the comments below and I'll answer them with your dog training questions. Thank you so very much. I'm very appreciative of you guys watching, viewing into my channel. We're the coolest dog training channel here on YouTube, and I will talk to you next time. Peace.